Hello everybody, Calamity here, and today's video is going to be about the weapon that you can get in the current event that's going on in 3.7, the Ibis Piercer. Now before I talk about which characters are going to be a decent pick for this weapon, first I want to go over how to obtain it, how to ascend the weapon, and one piece of advice when using the weapon. So to obtain the weapon, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to need to participate in the latest event, the Duel the Summoners Summit, excuse me, and you'll be able to get it right here just for getting 1,000 of the event currency. As you saw earlier, I already have the weapon at Refinement 5. You can buy the refinement material in the store. So if you go here, you buy this congealed pupa wax, and that'll get it to Refinement 5. Alright, something else you should know about this weapon when you obtain it finally is that you are going to need to hike it to the latest area that's been added in Genshin, all the way to the newest desert, because you're going to need to farm Hilichurl rogues for these materials, the Wanderer's Blooming Flower. This is an ascension material for the weapon itself. You're going to need it if you want to get it to the max level. So for the weapon ascension material that you're going to need for this weapon, you're going to also need to hike it over to Sumeru. It's the one in the Apam Woods. It's called the Golden Talisman of the Forest Stew. You're going to need a couple of these to get it to level 90. Other material you're going to need is from the Eremites, but I feel like Eremites are such a common enemy in Sumeru that they are very, very easy to farm, and you're going to have tons of that. So I feel like that one's probably the easiest to get. But let's actually talk about what the weapon does. So it has a base attack this is at max level at Refinement 5. It has a base attack of 565. Substat of attack percentage at 27.6%. And the weapon's effect at Refinement 5 is it's going to increase your elemental mastery by 80 within 6 seconds after a charged attack hits an opponent, with a maximum of 2 stacks. So you can get 160 elemental mastery from this weapon, which is actually a nice boost in damage for any elemental reaction teams, except freeze. And then the effect can be triggered once every 0.5 seconds. So with that limiting factor right there, for those that were wondering, can I get both stacks with Amber C1, which fires the second arrow? The answer is no. You can't. I tested this. It's unfortunate, but you do have to do 2 charged shots separately to get both stacks. If we take a look at my Amber's elemental mastery, she is at 162. Now, when she gets both stacks from this weapon, it should be at 322, right? The thing about using the Ibis Piercer is that you actually don't have to fully charge your attack. You can just do quick two really fast charge attacks, and you'll still get the bonus. So I'll just demonstrate that real fast. So we're gonna use this electric mage as our target. So just to double check, we're at 162 EM. I'm gonna shoot her before even fully charging the weapon, and then you can see she got 242. So that's 1 stack right there. We're gonna shoot her again, and now I'm at 322 elemental mastery. So you can get both stacks of this weapon without having to do fully charged aim shots. Now for the section that everyone is probably waiting for. What characters are going to be good with the Ibis Piercer? The first character that comes to mind, at least for me, when I saw this weapon was Tighnari. Tighnari is going to be an excellent user for this weapon because, again, it increases his elemental mastery, which is great for aggravate teams, which is what he's primarily used in. And he's always doing charge attacks. And because of how fast he can do his charge attacks after using his burst, you'll easily get the maximum stacks in like less than a second. The next character I can recommend is Ganyu if you're able to pull her in the previous banner and you don't have a weapon for her. This could be a decent option for her until you get something better. And this is only going to work if you are using a Melt Ganyu. If you're planning to use Ganyu in freeze teams, then the effect does nothing for you. But for Melt, the 160 elemental mastery is going to be a nice damage boost for you. Next up, we have Tartaglia or Child. This weapon's effect actually works with his dual sword form, and I can actually showcase that for you. Alright, we got Tartaglia in the party, and we're just going to showcase that the Ibis Piercer does in fact work with his melee charge attacks. So before we engage in combat here, you can see my Tartaglia's elemental mastery is at 65, which is actually kind of low. So we're going to go into dual sword form. But first, let me give myself a shield, so I don't have to worry about dodging and all that stuff. Dual sword form, we're going to do a charge attack once. So that's 1. And then you can see 145 go again. That should give him 225 elemental mastery. So it does in fact work with his charge attacks, making the Ibis Piercer actually a pretty decent option for him. If you, again, this is like, when talking about the Ibis Piercer, it's not going to be best in slot for any character, right? But it is a good stepping stone or good for new players who don't have any any weapons to work with. So this could actually be like a good option for you until, you know, you get either a better 4-star weapon or eventually even a better 5-star. Alright, this is going to be my last character recommendation, and it's going to be Fischl. And the reason for that is, again, because of the attack percentage. That's how Oz gets his damage. It's from Fischl's attack. And you can quickly do the tech that I showcased earlier to quickly do your 2 charge attacks to get 160 elemental mastery on your Fischl, which is actually gonna be really nice. Since Fischl is used mainly in aggravate teams, you'll be able to get a nice damage boost to your Oz from the attack percentage, as well as the free elemental mastery that this weapon provides, but you will have to increase your rotation time with her because of the charge attack. However, I still recommend using a stringless over this, but again, I'm only recommending this for newer players if you just don't have anything available to use for your Fischl or just any other bow character in general. Did I say Fischl was the last one? I miscalculated. I feel like I didn't talk about Amber for character recommendations. Amber's actually another solid option for the Ibis Piercer because you are going to be doing charge attacks with her. Whether you're doing a full-on charge attack build or the Baron Bunny build, chances are you, like, before you detonate your bunnies, you could toss out your bunny, do your charge attacks to get, you know, that 160 elemental mastery, then detonate your bunny for bigger damage, assuming you're vaporizing it or melting the damage from with the explosion from the Baron Bunny, of course. So that is going to be my list of recommendations for characters that can use the Ibis Piercer. If you feel like I missed any or want to suggest your own characters, let me know in the comments down below. And if you have any other questions about the weapon itself, the ascension materials, other characters that could use it, feel free to also ask me that as well. I'll do my best to answer you. And with that being said, that is going to be a wrap on this short video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and or subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.